Very good morning to all of you beautiful people. Right, so I don't stand on me lead. Good morning to you beautiful people. Sun is shining. I hope you're well today. Good day to you. Sun is rising in the sky. Newcastle United play Tottenham in the next round of the cup. Four goals last night, one for them, can't be perfect. Mind you, I couldn't watch the goals. My screen froze last night. Screen said no last night. It froze rock solid. Then it unfroze. 2-0 up. So I had to Google who scored the goals. I hope you like the song and the scales and the chords. So last night, William Masula and Joe Linton did the business. Boogie, boogie away. So we are into the next round of the cup. Slow it down, speed it up. Welcome all you beautiful people. So, like I say, last night, watching a bit of the match, I think it was in Mexican, I think. I ain't sure. But I was trying to listen, and then I thought, why am I trying to listen to, a foreign language? So I muted it. Now, it is a wonderful day outside. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right, let's see how many wonderful people we got here. Okay. We got 39. Wicked, man. Wicked. Very good morning. Play Iron Maiden, one of my favourite bands of all time. We got Chippers. Get in, Chippers. We were talking last night. We were. So, welcome in, everybody. Now, we have some good news today. We have some good news. I messaged people in London. Now, I'm not in London. London's about, maybe 3 hours away in the car. But I messaged people in London to inform those people in London about a project. You know about the project because it's a meme coin. And I got a positive response. So, let's see who we've got here today. 1 second while I quickly zip through from the beginning. Heavy Metal Footy. Paul, you have 50 projects. No, I don't. I have 10 projects that are on WX. That's 10, 1, 0. I have the Seeking You. I have Geordie Nation. I have the third one. There's not going to be any more of those. So that's 3. That's 13. On top of 13 is Mr.G and Mr._G. Yeah. The People's Boss. So plus there are a few little bits, but not much. And we've got Road Dog here. Got so-called Geordie as well. Colin from Bath. Now, this good news was in connection with the People's Bus. And there's looking like green light to move it forward. Now, what it means is this. I've got to ring or email Holland and ask for an email back to find out prices of these vehicles and then submit that to them. It's going through the council, the county council. It's going through the MP. It's also going through the minister. So they all are aware. Every single cog of the wheel, they're all aware. So yes, so-called Jody Holland. Are you getting a price? Yes, that will be why to get a price of either lease the vehicle from them or to purchase. And the video, which is uploaded now, it is on Facebook at this moment in time. If you want to look at it on Facebook, lowercase Paul Gallant 1. Yeah. So after my name, 1, as in just the 1 by itself. Yeah. So yes. And each project, because loads of people messaged me this morning about this ARC 20. I've replied to a few of them, but there was a load of people there, and I give them the heart and I give them the thumbs up, which is that. Yeah. And that's why I did the video this morning. The link to the link other channels in chat. Have a Discord server. I do have Discord, and there are parts of Discord. Yeah. And as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong. I could be. But I always thought Discord was for people who play games on Twitch, on YouTube. Is that correct? But that's the plan. And as I was explaining, I wanted to keep the video short, but I will speak for as long as you want about 32K TV Inc. If you want me to do a live exclusively for 32K, give me a thumbs up and I will do that. There is no issue there because it's two things bolted together. Morgan is saying, play a Slade song. I'd have to learn, like, songs I worship are Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, John Bon Jovi, Oasis, but due to the rules and regulations of YouTube, I would only be able to do 30 seconds. Otherwise, I would get the S in the bottom corner. Yes, I did. What I haven't done, I've even charged the little camcorder as well. It's on full charge. And what I'm looking at is I did 5 minutes of video where I was sitting about here. Yeah. So it does work. And of course you can play the full song, yes, but I wouldn't make any money from doing a full song. That's my point. Because you would get an S for copyright in the bottom. So that's why I just play my music. Yeah. And the plan is The plan is this: to meet with the county council and say to them what the idea is, what it entails, and then see what their reaction is before, if they turn around and go negative, 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 and negative again, I turn around and say, well, that's, I've listened to what you've said in the meeting, and I now have this bit of information I'm going to share with you to green light the project. And what it's all about with the People's Bus is a license, transport license, to run up to 30 vehicles or more. There is the chance of more vehicles, like 40 or 50, but no more than 50, because all you're doing is serving the villages. And there's lots of villages. Yeah. When do I expect the first bus on the road? It depends when the green light. That may mean that this minister who lives in Leicester comes up to West Bridgeford and we meet there. But it depends on when that happens. I can't give you a time frame because I don't know. But all I can say is this: they know the plan. They know where the plan is, and they also know, like I've said to you all, you wonderful people, is this: what you need is a phantom wallet, and you need to fund the phantom wallet. Yeah. Who's paying for the first bus? The asset pays for all of the vehicles and the drivers. And all what happens is simple conversion. You sell the asset, and the money from the asset is then converted to USDT, which is Tether, and then from Tether back to GBP. Simple. No, we will get them separate buses. Well, what I want is the number of vehicles, which are stated in the very first one, and then 2 or more drivers, mechanics, in case there's something goes wrong with the bus, because it does happen. I've been out on a brand new £250,000 bus, had to pull into a bus stop when there was a vehicle in front of the bus stop, so I had to come in at an angle, drop my passengers off, and my engine stopped. I was like, this isn't good. Luckily, because I was 4 lane ends, they sent somebody who, strangely enough, went upstairs on the double decker. And I was like, where's he going? Thinking he was going to go to the back of the vehicle. He did go to the back of the vehicle, but upstairs. And that confused us. But when the engine started up again, I was like, how the heck did you do that? And he went, there's a panel. And that's how he fixed the problem. What is your exit strategy? There isn't one. The asset, when it happens, is long term to 2035 and beyond. So there is no long term exit. Charles Hayden, hey man, do you have a trophy wife? Yeah, she's sitting there. So-called Geordie, what's the annual costs to run this whole operation? Well, the all of the vehicles will be electric. So there is generating electric and converting the electric because it comes in as one form through panels to be converted to another form of. I'm not sure if it's AC or DC or what, but I'm not that technically gifted. Will the servers be coming to North Tyneside? Well, when I first thought the idea of the People's Bus, I was in Newcastle upon Tyne. And reason why I was thinking about it was because there was a little tiny bus company, Virgin. They had the Virgin colours on the bus, and they were ran out of Newcastle by the king of vehicles in Newcastle. Correct, so-called Geordie. Correct. Um, how much does it cost to employ a driver? Well, when I was when I left the bus driving job, I was on £11.44 an hour. Since then, the wage has gone up. So we would have to talk about that as well. I do know the the local drivers who take me to different places. They are on £10 to £13 an hour. Yeah. So we are thinking, me and the marketing man, of £14.50 an hour. Uh, do you think it should be the law to thank the bus driver? Yes. Look at it this way, right? When I drove in Newcastle, I didn't just get a thank you. I got can of pop, bottle of water, depending on who got on, who got off. I got bars of chocolate, bags of crisps. Um, when I used to do the 15 that goes across the city to Walker, some people would go into the butchers on Shields Road, get a couple of sandwiches like ham and peas pudding or a savoury sandwich, and they would turn around and say, "Cheers, mate," and they'd put them on the tray, and I was like, "Oh, thanks, mate, and have a wonderful day." I see a lot of my colleagues when I was on the when I was a driver, yeah, would whinge, complain, and all the rest of it. I never had that. So you're either a people person or you're not. And at the interview of these new drivers, they're going to be asked that question: are you a people person, or will you be cursing and swearing? That's another thing. One of the buses that took me into the city centre one day is coming out of Cotgrave, and there is a skip vehicle dropping the skip off. Here's what happened. And I just went, wow. The driver, after 45 seconds, beep, 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 beep on his horn. That same driver, then as the skip vehicle was right in front of the vehicle, he was trying to get out and turn left. And what happened was he got out and he was cursing and swearing. The other vehicle went to move so he get the angle to reverse, and he basically was, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing? I'm trying to get out." And the F's, the B's, and all the rest of it were like, everybody on the bus could hear it. And I was like, I was just looking at my mate and I was like, do you believe this? See, in my early days as a bus driver, when you're late, I used to get stressed. And then I got to the point where I didn't care. Did you ever tip the passengers with things? No. One thing I did do, one of my ex-missuses was a chef, and she went to work for a new company. I got a list, like of pamphlets, which was about so thick, and I would put them on the bus seat, on each service I was doing, put them on the bus seat, and when I was getting to my final terminus, I'd collect them up again, stick them in my bag. And the the way I did it was, I'd stick the services that went by the business that she was working with, and the queue for a month. The queue went all the way through the car park and down the road, and they whoever was managing it said to her, "We're going to need more deliveries because this is absolutely insane." And yeah, so that was my marketing bit, was like just sticking it out on the certain services I was doing. So when passengers came to sit down on the bus, "Oh, what's this?" They'd have a look at it and look at the numbers of vehicles that went past there. So yeah, I have kind of done, that marketing bit, but not as good as what my friend does. So-called Geordie, same. Depot, fuel costs, insurance, tax. Yes, it's a lot of things. And Morgan G, what was the most annoying passenger I ever had? The one that put a complaint in. Woman got on, and a young lad got on, went to grab the ticket, didn't wait for the ticket to be printed, put his hand on it, and then walked up the bus, and it jammed the ticket machine. And I went and cleared the ticket machine, and then followed up all the way to the back of the bus, and I went, "There's your ticket." And when I dropped them off, they put a complaint in. And I was like, you can't win. The costs per month, because obviously it would be electric, and it would be like, with the dual energy project of a farm, instead of growing crops, the farm harvests energy. Yeah? Do you follow that bit, so-called Geordie? So the original principle of the idea was to harvest the energy and have a direct building within the farm structure where it all went to. Then it was converted to be sent straight to National Grid. Yeah, I understand that, Colin. I understand that. You can't just plug an extension cable and charge those vehicles. However, excuse me, the company in Holland do a similar thing to what they have is at the they have like buses where at the top of the bus there's a thing that does this. It lies flat during operation. When it goes to charge, it does that. So when it's charging, it does that. And when it's fully charged, it lays flat. And there is a system which I looked into to say to a senior director of the Northeast. And I wished I hadn't have done that because, wow, it went all the way around the depot 3 times and it was the end because they didn't like it. I was telling them to spend money to make money. They didn't like it. We can read your personal and cost document. Yes. So you'll need a large depot with 40 charging points. Well, the company that's in Holland, they have a system where as you come in to said depot, you would go next to like a station like what Tesla has for the cars, and the prongs on the vehicle rise and they meet the rails above, and the next morning they charge. Road dog, are you going to poach drivers? No. I'm going to basically say that there's drivers needed and new, because obviously it will be backed by His Majesty's government. So likelihood is people would see the adverts, which I will be doing, and they will choose for themselves. Do I want to continue working where I am, or do I want a new opportunity? Easy as that. Hello from Israel, says Bachar. Very good. It's still morning, just. Very good morning. A charging point, as I said, how much are they? Well, I'd need the figures from the company in Holland. I've got stacks of pictures of different size vehicles because you get double and you also get the smaller ones. You also get like what we'd have in Newcastle upon Tyne, lowliners. So it would be jumping it round. But I wouldn't be using a double decker for the villages. It would be a lowliner or a little version. Where is the money coming from? Where's really? Colin, look at my posts. The posts I'm typing. Look at the posts. Yeah? You see, one thing I want to say to you, Colin, is this, and I'll say this to you all. There's 26 people here and we've got 9 likes. Yeah? Let's address the problem. We've got 26 and 9 likes. So let's have a little look. Yeah? One of the things is this. I have followed the very same path that an American did. That American did the fight, fight, fight. Yeah? Because of what happened in Butler. I think Butler's in Pennsylvania, but I'm not 1,000% sure. But he went fight, fight, fight. So, using the same method he did, I've got the same method. I've followed his example, even though he lives in America. We have the Atlantic Ocean between us and Ireland. Yeah. And you've got the UK. So exactly the same method, and it is the liquidity pool, which has a number in there currently. Increase the number. I'm looking at a figure between 5 and 10 for liquidity from an increase from where it is this very moment in time. That stays in the liquidity pool until 2030 or beyond. So that's no problem, Colin. No problem at all. Have you asked Donald? No. He is dealing with lots of things, and I've just followed his rule, what he did. Will the buses be heated in the winter? Yes. What I got told off loads of times for this. Absolutely loads of times. My shift would start at say 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I'm at the depot just after 6 o'clock. I'm having a cup of coffee from the vending machine. I'm doing my defect card, and you know, and what I'm doing is I'm walking round the vehicle, looking up, looking down, looking this way, looking that way. Any defect, you mark it down on the defect card where you're standing. Yeah. And if there's a problem with it, won't start or something else, you go through the double garage doors and find a fitter. He comes, he fixes it, and this is why I used to get told off. I got told off more times than I've got fingers and toes. I'd warm the bus up in the depot. The bus is running. The heating's on. I'd leave the bus running. I'd go round to the coffee machine. I'd get another coffee, espresso, which isn't a full one, it's just a little one. And as I was drinking that, I'm going back round to the vehicle, which is warming up. Afternoon, Vivian. Will the buses have your music playing? It's possible. The some of the transport does have a screen on it. Some of these the electric buses have a screen on it, and there is a voice. The next stop is blah blah blah. Yeah. Blisarius. Man, 2 minutes today to get a coffee in the morning. Okay. Um, have you got Hold on. Have you got confidence? You'll raise. Yes, yes. Because all it takes would be those down in London to say, well, we can already see there's a liquidity pool. And if I add to the liquidity pool to raise the figure, they can see that and add to it. And the thing you've got to remember, there's a billion tokens. So if I reach the maximum target I want, that's 10. That 10 is locked. Nobody can touch it. And come 2030 or beyond, it may be beyond. I may push it to 2035. But you will know here when I'm doing a video. I'll tell you, I'm going to do this. You won't know what day it's going to happen, but you will know it's going to happen. The Pete, will electric buses you used be made in the UK? No. We haven't got the technology. Bill, what happened to the record producer? I don't know. You should talk to Elon. Well, I was in Elon's TikTok maybe 3 weeks ago, where he was talking about Tesla and plans. If I become a member, will you still send out custard creams? I don't send out custard creams. So you can choose to be a member or not. But I don't do custard creams. The new buses should come with a hostess service. No. You don't get that on normal buses. So I'm not going to do that. I'm a new member. Do I? Good try. Good try. Mark, Reyes. If an alien crash landed right now, I would automatically assume it was a female. Okay. Meme coins won't make 25 million, says Bill. Well, actually, what you got to understand is this. When the time comes, yeah, currently, as we sit chatting, 1 second. Oh, right. Currently, as I sit, the plan is to pump extra funds so that the liquidity pool goes to 2, to 3, to 4, and 5 between now and January. And if I can get to where I want to be, then they can see, outside people can look at it and go, that's a big liquidity pool. And all of those, all of those people then have the choice to have some. But if you are buying P, B, C, you hold it. You don't buy on the Monday and sell on the Friday. You buy and you hold. Yeah. So, so-called Jody. Yes. Who's investing that much? What I want to say to you all is this. Yeah. I wrote this down. Where did I write it down? Ah, yes. So, what I wrote down is in pound sterling. It's not in dollars. But I can get you it in dollars. There's no problem about that. If you want it in dollars, give me a thumbs up and I'll give you it in dollars. So, the Trump fight yesterday was £6.27. World Liberty Financial was 0.15 in the pound. The USD 1, that was 73 pence. Now, to those people who turn around and say, you're not going to get this, you're not going to get that, you're not going to get the other, yeah, the top one, which is Trump, and I'll show you so you can see for your own eyes. Yeah, just 1 second. So, bring the cup up. Mm-hmm. This is where you learn. You might not want to learn, but you do learn. Okay, so you can see me clearly. Right, here we go. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Right, here we go. That screen going dosh. So now I'm just looking at that's US tether, which is $1. It can never go higher or lower. It is pegged. Okay, so if I now go here, so it's moving, yeah, we are moving, we are moving. Da, 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 da. Right, so World Liberty Financial is there, and there is its price. It is up 0.05. So you can see that right there. So if we take this and we come down, 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 there we have World Liberty Financial USD 1. Again, a pound. Yeah. So you can see that for your own eyes. Yeah. So if we come down, 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 down to down, down, down. So there we have official Trump there. That's the fight. You can see it is at $7.54. I think that's what they call it in America, cents. So you can see all that. Yeah. There's an old saying, my nan used to say it was, seeing with your own eyes is believing. Yeah. So to the person who said, oh, you're not going to get 25 million, what I've just showed you is like your expression of you're not going to get is the egg, and somebody comes along with a hammer and goes down. So if you drop a hammer onto an egg, which breaks first, the egg shell or the hammer? Yeah. Right. So which no peg, no buy. Well, what I was going to do with some of the stuff in the ARC 20 was ask the government, can I peg this to pound sterling? But yeah, you're not going to get that much investment. That's fine, so-called jury. That is your opinion. Trump coin is in the toilet. I've just showed you where Trump coin is. Look, watch. And who is it? Who said that? Scott Harrington. Yeah. Now, oh man, change the camera. Trump. Now, if I do this, yeah, if I do this. So I've clicked on Trump. So all you can see now is Trump. Yeah. Now, you can see a lot of red here. You can. There's a lot of red there. But that is its price right now. It is down. It is. However, if I go backwards to this, let me show you something. Let me open your eyes. So we go back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. And I'm going to show you something in a second when I find it. And back, 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 back. Come on. Right, we're getting there slowly. So, right. So, BNB is Binance. The last couple of days, Binance has been at a record high of 1,000, right? And when you are looking at anything like financial, yeah, that's, you look at markets, see what the information is. Bill is saying it's not at a record high. Well, look, all I can show you is what the market says. Yeah. Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the world. It is now. It wasn't. It used to be another exchange. The person who ran that exchange is in prison for 25 years. Do you understand? So, as I say, the one thing you will never ever get here is something many people on YouTube do. I do not, because I don't understand it. That is the lanes, the shorts, all of the technical data, what you would use in either day trading or forex. I'm not interested. Not in the slightest. Raw Dog, did you say Ross was released? I don't know. But is that the same person who did the Silk Road? Is that the person that you're on about, Raw Dog? And Dan is saying what? So I think Dan is the same person who did a yap 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 this morning. Is that correct, Dan? It is. It is Raw Dog. Yeah. Well, do you know one of the founders of the Trump World Liberty Financial, one of the founders, has also been to prison. If you look up all of the people that's connected to that, one person stands out like you've hit it with a £20 mallet. Okay. The truth free. Okay. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Wicked. What would you do if you were? I'm I don't intend to go there because apparently it's not the nicest of places, Road Dog. So, like, that's why I did the video this morning, and I've spoken about it many times. No, I wouldn't repeat. No. Um, Having to pee in a bucket or do the other in a bucket. No. But like I say, I mean, from the stories I have heard from loads and loads of people, it's not the nicest place in the world. I don't know because everybody deserves a chance. And don't know. Also, the put toilets in there now. Got you. Got you. Well, like I say, I mean, it's one of those situations. Tell you one thing though, I am thinking of doing. I want to try it, see what it's like. The Al, I think it's Alpen thing you can get where, because I want to change. You see how that's where the hairline stops, right there. Yeah, I want to change this back to black. No, they won't have a toilet on board. You're talking about a coach. Coaches do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, lots of information for you. And as the one thing is this: the right people are now listening, and if they are prepared to sit through a presentation and understand, and then back it, then hey presto, we get me signing off, and we get things rolling. Colin, need to clear up this membership and custard cream. I as a kid I loved custard creams, bourbons, and my mum used to make these um like flapjack things, and yeah, it was wonderful. The rock buns, wow. No, they will not be condom machines. No. What I found out, Bill, was this. There are a number of different places. Radium, Pump, Coin Book, etc. And depending on which one you choose, some will go straight up. And the people I came across, who are talking about all of this information in 15 minutes, turned around and said, after maybe 3, 4 hours, then you pull your liquidity out. Why? If you've got a worthwhile project, leave it in, which is what I've done. Leave it in. I met many a woman on a bus and hopped off. Oh, right on. Meme coins sold, none. But positive news from London could change that. So it's something to think about. Anyway, thank you all for being here. It's 18 here. Could you please, on your way out, hit the like? And for those who are new here, subscribe. And we also have memberships available as well. And if the green light comes and things start to move, the liquidity for the People's Bus will go to the figure I've mentioned in this video, and it will not be touched for years and years and years and years and years. Okay? So, catch you all later, and have a wonderful Thursday. Have the custard. That's the custard. Oh, you crack me up, man. Really do.